guys, it's Janet back to showcase a card made with the Southern Serenade. I have been doing just simple one quick card videos for you. These cards were actually the make and take projects at our team's recent make and take festival. I do have another big make and take fest happening on January 6th and 7th that is open to the public, and we will be launching the spring catalog and celebration with 16 amazing make and takes that day. Of course, if you don't live close enough to attend live, I am doing a virtual event on my Facebook page, and I will be following up with videos on my blog just like I'm doing here today with these single project videos. So, Southern Serenade, beautiful stamp set with some neat elements in it that are kind of in the feel of our touches of texture. And we're going to use our blends a little differently on this project. So here's our finished card. We have a half sheet of Whisper White that you would score in the middle and fold and then give it a nice crease. We'll set that aside. We have a piece of crumb cake that is cut to 5 inches and 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. We have a piece of basic black and a piece of white to layer onto that, and these are cut with very narrow borders. I just wanted to hint. I have a 2 1/4 inch circle punch element, and those are what we'll be working with. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We're going to start first by adding a little bit of lace to the background, and Stampin' Up's 11 by 17 grid paper, and I'm talking here. Let's get a better inking on that. Did I grab gray? Yeah, I've got black. Okay. Stampin' Up's 11 by 17 grid paper is phenomenal to work with. It's sold in a pad of 100 sheets, and it will last you a long time, especially if you're like me and you keep using it and flipping it over until it's all inked up. But it's great when you're working, because then when you have those moments when you want to go off the edge like I'm doing here, again, you're going to have a nice clean work surface. So there's lots of other techniques and things that the grid paper is good for as well, too, besides just keeping your work surface clean. Okay, so we've got our background piece. We can go ahead and adhere that because nothing's going to be wrapping around to the back of it. And now for this piece here, I'm going to take our darker Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends and our darker Crumb Cake Stampin' Blends, and I'm simply going to create a background just by swirling this around that is going to help the black image of the flowers pop. And all I'm doing is I've got it kind of laid slightly on its side to preserve its tip, and I'm just doing it in a swirly motion so I don't have any strong lines or anything like that. And if you're trying to gauge, like I could lay the stamp here and I can see that the flowers go from here to here and the leaves down. So that kind of gives me about an idea of, you know, how far down I want to go and how wide I want to go. Don't forget that the Stampin' Blends do bleed through your paper, which is another great reason to have this 11 by 17 grid paper. Because, again, you're going to bleed through. So just to be aware of that. Okay. And now, because I'm stamping on top of the blends, it does not need to be memento ink. So since I already have the archival black open, that's just what we're going to go ahead and use, is the archival black, because it's here. And I'm just going to lay that down right over top. And I always just like to press and walk my fingers around the image to make sure I've got it. And there we can see where we've got the yellow flowers and the tan. And just another way to add color as opposed to coloring in or coloring your stamps. But just trying to give you another idea for your blends and a little bit of variation for you. Oh, I closed it. Shouldn't have done that just yet. So let's go ahead and ink up our greeting. Make sure I've got it going the right way. And I'm going to stamp it as far over to the right as I can. Okay, I didn't want it centered on the circle because I'm going to hide part of that behind my image here. It's going to pop out. Then we'll take and we'll layer this onto our basic black. Oops, good job. You guys were not watching that. You did not just see that, did you? Just say no. Trust me. I put it on a crazy angle. There we go. And then that's going to go on here. And then the very last thing that we're going to do that you can see here on the master is that you're going to add a little bow with your baker's twine. So real simple little card. I will see you at the next video with another one card video for you. Thanks, guys.